Welcome to Jacob van den Borne, who joins me now. You've just been talking to the forum, and one of the central messages has been about producing more and preserving more. As a farmer, was that one of your key messages to the forum today?
Yeah, of course. In my key thing of the presentation was to use high-tech technology for actually growing more yield, but far more sustainable. So we use less of our resources, but produce more yield.
I know that you have talked about precision agriculture. I know you use drones. So when you are farming your potatoes and all those sort of things, tell me how that works and the advantages that it's giving you.
So we actually use drones only in case of the needing of better information. So we have actually a sensor network, mounted sensors on tractors that do the pre-scouting. And if in that pre-scouting process there is action needed, or some diseases are detected, or some crops are reacting not like we used to, then we're going to try to get better data. The easiest way is to collect satellite information. But the only problem with that is that 80% of the time it's clouded and satellites don't work. That's where we use drones. So we actually use drones if we want to assess a field that was detected as not good or not as good as it could be, and therefore, those drones are then taken into the field to check on a very, very accurate scale what the problem would be or could be, and then we're going to act on that data.
We talk about problems a lot here at the forum, but we also talk about solutions. How would you characterize what is important for moving on now? You know, we've talked about the CAP, for example. You know, we've talked about farmers making a fair and decent long-term living. You know, and of course we still have to feed the world by putting in less, but getting more.
Yeah, so I believe that the biggest question is, well, how are we going to get there? The technology is available. That's what I've proven on my farm. The only problem that we have is that the know-how, the knowledge is not there anymore. So in the past, we were the most advanced country in arable knowledge, but the last 30 years. This knowledge is not updated to the new scale, to the new technology, to the new possibilities of what we can do. As I also explained, in the past, one farmer only had to manage 100 plants. These days we manage more than 100,000 plants with the same guy, the same time. We need technology to improve, to get better.
There are so many statistics and facts that we can throw out at this issue, but I know, here's one. In 1960, 1 hectare fed 2 people. In 2020, it must feed 5 people. What's the most essential ingredient to all of this? Soil was one of the things that was discussed.
Yeah, of course. Soil is the main component, and that's actually, we have to work on our soil life. The soil is what the life it's in the soil. That's what making our crops grow, not what we fertilize it. No, it's about how this fertilizers are put into the plant, and that works with soil life. So by improving soil life, I think if we could do that globally, we didn't have an issue in producing more. We could easily do it without fertile chemicals.
It's interesting what you say, though, because we often have talked about not being knowledge intensive rather than production intensive. But you say the knowledge is not captured well, or
it is captured well, but it was captured by people around 40 years ago and 50 years ago, and my region, or in my case, the farmers that we grow up with, were actually not learned how the biological process of farming works, only the chemical process of farming. And now we need to combine them to get to a more eco-friendly farming. And then we need the old knowledge. We need the knowledge of the past to connect to the technology of today and tomorrow.
Thank you, Jacob. Enjoy the rest of the forum.
Okay, thank you.